To enjoy more interesting stories from us, please kindly like and subscribe to this channel. Amaka Nwosu never imagined betrayal could arrive with a smile and the smell of freshly brewed coffee. That morning in Nsukka, her husband of 17 years, Chike, walked into their kitchen with 2 suitcases and a grin that didn't reach his eyes. "We need to talk," he said, placing the bag by the door. Amaka looked up from her steaming cup. "About what, Chike?" she asked softly. "I've met someone," he began proudly, like a man announcing a promotion. "Her name is Beezy. She's younger, fun, and she appreciates me." Amaka stirred her tea slowly. Each turned steady, as if controlling the storm rising inside her. "Oh, the one from your office who wears too much perfume?" she asked. Chike's eyes widened. "How did you know?" he stammered. "You've been coming home smelling like vanilla body spray," Amaka said calmly. "And you started doing your own laundry. That was a clue." He looked offended, like a child caught stealing meat from the pot. "I wanted to tell you earlier," he muttered. "But you were too busy planning your escape," Amaka completed, her voice steady as stone. "So what now?" "I'm selling the house," Chike said boldly. "You have 30 days to pack." For a moment, silence filled the kitchen. Then Amaka smiled, a slow, dangerous smile that could curdle milk. "Selling my house?" she asked quietly. "Whose name did you say is on the papers?" Chike blinked in confusion. "Our house, Amaka. We bought it together." She laughed, a sound sharp as glass. "My grandmother left this house to me long before I married you. The papers carry my name alone. You were too busy watching football to notice." Chike's lips trembled. "You can't be serious." "Oh, I'm very serious," she said, her voice low and powerful. "The only thing you own here are those 2 suitcases." He stared, pale as chalk. "Amaka, you can't do this." She poured herself another cup of tea. "I'm not doing anything. You already did. You tried to sell what was never yours." Then she looked at him with quiet fire. "Now, leave before I call my lawyer." By evening, Chike was gone, 2 suitcases and a trail of shame behind him. When the knock came later, it was the estate agent he had contacted. "Madam Nwosu, I'm here for property assessment," he said cheerfully. Amaka smiled. "You must be mistaken. This house belongs to me." The man looked confused and made a call. Moments later, he confirmed the truth. The house was indeed registered under her name alone. "Ah, men of these days," he sighed. "They dig pits for others and fall inside." Amaka thanked him and locked the door behind him. She sat in her grandmother's rocking chair and whispered, "Mama, you were right. Some men really are foolish with money." The next morning, Chike called. "Amaka, let's talk like adults," he pleaded. "Adults don't sell what isn't theirs," she replied. "And if you touch 1 naira from our joint account, I'll make sure the police visit." "You're heartless," he barked. "No," she said softly. "I'm awake." Then she froze their joint accounts and began gathering financial records. Her fingers trembled only once, when she saw how much he had withdrawn for his secret life. "Nigerian naira 1.2 million missing," she murmured, "all for Beezy's body cream and weekend trips." That evening, she called her lawyer, Mrs. Okafor, a woman whose eyes could slice through lies. "My husband tried to sell my home," Amaka said. "Let's burn his plans to ash." Mrs. Okafor listened patiently, jotting notes. "You are in a strong position," she said. "The house is solely yours. He has committed adultery and financial fraud. We'll take him to court." Amaka exhaled, half in relief, half in exhaustion. "I want justice, not revenge," she said. "Then justice you'll get," the lawyer promised. For 2 days, Amaka worked like a detective. She gathered receipts, checked bank statements, and printed every message that smelled of deceit. Her dining table became an altar of evidence. Red ink for romance expenses, blue for lies, yellow for foolishness. She looked at the chaos and whispered, "Let the gods of my ancestors watch this battle." Then a call came from her old friend Nneka, who lived in Enugu. "Amaka, you need to hear this. That woman, Beezy, she's done this before." Amaka frowned. "What do you mean?" "Beezy isn't just a receptionist. She's a hunter of married men. She drained 2 men in Enugu and 1 in Awka. Each lost everything. When they fell, she disappeared." Amaka's breath caught. "Chike doesn't know?" "Of course not. He thinks she loves him." Amaka shook her head slowly. "He thought I was blind, but he's the one walking into darkness." That night, she didn't sleep. She sat under the veranda light, thinking of the foolishness of men who chase beauty and lose reason. The next day, she called Mrs. Okafor. "My lawyer," she said, "we are not just fighting for divorce. We are fighting against a pattern." The lawyer nodded. "Then we will expose her too." Amaka agreed, "But I want his parents to know the truth first." The following morning, she met Chaik's parents at a cafe near the university. His mother, Mama Chaik, adjusted her gelly and said, "Amaka, every marriage has trials. You must forgive." Amaka smiled sadly. "Mama, your son tried to sell my home." The woman gasped. "That can't be." "It can," Amaka replied. "And the girl he left me for? She's a professional destroyer. I have proof." Amaka opened her folder, showing photos and reports. "This is Beezy's work in Enugu. A man lost his job. In Awka, another lost his home. Now she's using your son." Papa Chaik's face darkened. "This is shameful," he whispered. "Yes," Amaka said softly, "but not mine." Mama Chaik's hands trembled. "Amaka, what will you do?" "I'll file for divorce and full custody of the children. Your son will pay for what he took. Not as revenge, but as justice." She stood. "Mama, I respected your son, but respect dies where deceit is born." She left him speechless, her back straight like a queen leaving courtroom. When mediation day came, Amaka wore a deep blue wrapper and gold earrings her grandmother once owned, her armor of dignity. Chaik sat on the other side of the table, eyes sunken, shirt wrinkled. His lawyer, a nervous man named Uche, shuffled papers. "We can discuss a fair settlement," he began. Amaka's lawyer interrupted. "Fair? Your client committed adultery and theft." Chaik tried to speak. "Amaka, please, let's talk." "No," she said. "You lost that right when you replaced my name with hers in your heart." Mrs. Okafor placed files on the table. "The house remains Amaka's. Custody of the children remains with her. He will repay what he stole. No alimony." Then came the twist. Amaka turned to Uche. "Do you know who Beezy really is?" Uche blinked. "A woman from Enugu. She also destroyed 3 men before your client. Look at these records." He read, his expression collapsing. "She ruined my cousin," he murmured. Chaik looked confused. "You're lying." Amaka handed him her phone. "She changed her status to single this morning. She's gone." Chaik, "Gone." He slumped, color draining from his face. "She told me she loved me." Amaka's eyes softened, just a little. She told him all the same. "You never saw me, Chaik, but now you'll see what blindness costs." The settlement ended quickly. Chaik signed every paper, without protest. He left the room like a ghost of his former self. 2 weeks later, Amaka heard he'd been fired. The company found out about missing funds and Beezy schemes. His reputation vanished like smoke. His parents wept, but Amaka offered no bitterness. "Some wounds must sting before healing," she told him. She focused on her children, Leia and Samto, who now laughed freely again. "Will we move?" Leia asked one evening. "No." Amaka smiled. "This is our home. It always has been." The girl nodded. "Good," she said. "Let him find another roof to lie under." Months passed. Amaka planted hibiscus flowers by the veranda, just as her grandmother once did. The house felt lighter, brighter, alive again. One morning, her lawyer visited, holding an envelope. "Congratulations, Mrs. Nwosu," she said. "The court has finalized your divorce." Amaka took the papers, her hands steady. "It's over," she whispered. "No," the lawyer smiled. "It's beginning." That evening, Amaka sat on the porch, sipping palm wine, watching the sunset over the red Nsukka hills. "Freedom," she murmured, tasting the word like honey. The house seemed to hum in approval. After all, it had finally spoken back. Chaik still called sometimes, asking to see the children. Amaka allowed it, supervised, brief, polite. "You may watch their games," she said once, "but sit across the field." When her son asked, "Mama, are you happy?" she smiled. "Yes, my son. Happier than I've ever been." Her business flourished. People admired her strength. She fought like a lioness, neighbors said. Her daughter, Leah, earned a scholarship to Nsukka University. Her son made captain of his school football team. Even Chike's parents began to visit humbly, bringing plantain and apologies. Amaka forgave them quietly, but never lowered her guard again. Years later, as purple hibiscus swayed by the porch, Leah asked, "Mama, will you ever marry again?" Amaka laughed softly. "Maybe, if I find a man who asks whose name is on the deed before assuming." Leah smiled. "That's a low bar." Yet many trip over it, Amaka said. Together, they planted new flowers, blue, her grandmother's favorite. "I'm proud of you, Mama," Leah whispered. Amaka stood, brushing dirt from her knees, and gazed at her house, her kingdom. "Your father used to say we built it together," she said. "But he was wrong. I built it. He only lived in it." And with that, Amaka smiled, a queen who remembered her crown.